Right. Continuing on. You now stand at the junction of this minecart rail. With your party gathered and the 4 freed dwarves. The goblins are still scattered off, but you can see in the shadows and the flickering torchlight and firelight, eyes peeking curiously at you, but staying very far away from you. Occasionally you might hear the small whispers of communication, but nothing so brave as to come out. You've armed the 4 dwarves with axes and a mining pick. And are in discussion of how you're going to get out of here, knowing that 3 trolls are in your path. I'll turn it over to you.
So what is our plan for exiting the mines?
When?
Shall we have our stealthy halfling perhaps scout ahead, see if the trolls are awake, asleep, on the prowl?
Yes, I can do that. It should be quite easy now that they're drunk.
And depending on what you see, that could determine how we handle it. What do you think, Master Bane?
I think that is a plan while we situate ourselves down here. I think using the mine carts might benefit us. For if they think all dwarves are stone, then us plus everyone that doesn't look like a brigand can file into it and be carted out.
My elf friends, what do you think?
I think we have little choice in the matter. We need escape. Are there more dwarves that need rescuing in here?
Logan, who's standing right next to you, LRA says, "We 4 are all that remain."
Have you seen any men? Or any other races that are enslaved in here?
No,
besides the goblin folk?
just us dwarves.
All right.
Beliganor says, "I will follow the halfling up, but stay further aside. In case he gets into trouble, my bow will come in handy."
Sounds good.
You know that he's very good at sneaking around as well, as is typical with Sylvan elves.
Right
That
then,
sounds
it's
wise.
decided.
After you, Master Fulvus. This is Beliganor. And then I'll have to move
I
your
don't think I
tokens.
can.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I'll have to move them all, and I will take the camera with us so that the rest of you can see. And one moment.
All right.
There you go. I'm not going to make you roll for stealth just yet.
Right. Okay.
And
Yeah, I think at this point, I need to start stealthing.
yeah,
I think around this corner.
One moment, I forgot to move some troll tokens.
Is it officially part of the same map? Because I didn't see anything new open up when the camera moved.
You might have to move about on the screen. If you zoom out on the map that you're on.
Uh, I think the camera only shows if you like deselect your character. So if you just like make a box somewhere outside of your characters.
Oh, is that
Oh,
right?
there we go.
Did it work?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh,
Yes, it
cool.
did. That's interesting.
Well, we learn more as we go along. All right. So, what you can see, Volvis, you can still faintly hear some troll speech. You can't quite make it out from this distance. Although it doesn't sound as animated as they were getting when you were sneaking past. And from here, I need you to make a stealth roll to go any... Well, you can go a little bit farther, up to about here. And then stealth becomes very important. Okay, and let's see. Do you have your ring on?
Yeah. I think I took it off at some point, but now that I'm around here, I put it back on.
Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna have you make your stealth roll at a +1. And I'll roll for Belaganar.
Oh no. I have Sauron.
Oh no. You are far enough away, though. It may not be a problem, but let's see how Belaganar does. Let's see. Ah, he got a Gandalf. One moment. Let's see if they noticed you. Let's see. And come on. You don't hear any difference. Nothing seems to have changed. You're able to get up. You're up to there now. And to continue further, I'll have you make another stealth roll. Same bonus.
Okay. I don't know if this changes anything, but I think I'm gonna go up into the treasure room.
That's fine, and it doesn't change your roll. You still get a +1 on that one, even though you're walking
Okay.
across. That's different. And wow, Belaganar got a bonus success. So it'll do so. I'm gonna have him go in quickly in half the time. So yeah, you can get all the way across there. And Belaganar's going to run across, and he's going to remain guarding the passageway with his bow. Just I put his token on top of you. There you go.
All right, let's see what treasures they have.
And you see lots of glittering light. It's this room, it looks like it was perhaps part of an old cellar from a building from ancient times. You can see what remains of like a trap door in the roof, but you can tell that there's stone and other stuff over it. So what was once above is no more, but you see on the far wall opposite the door here, there's an exquisite sort of fresco, and it depicts a city built from white stone with many elaborate columns and a large white tree. And although it's still quite a beautiful sight, you can see that this was an early attempt for a tunnel, and they tunneled right into this. This is what you walk through. And it stinks very badly in here. You're standing on a very filthy troll bed. Quite disgusting. Who knows what sorts... What is the consistency of this brown stains everywhere? There is a table there to your left there that is the remains of a keg of probably ale, you're not sure, and a very large mug there. Some bones. But as for the treasure, this is more than just the treasury of just a troll. This seems to be perhaps the treasury of the company, maybe of the captain himself. Mormog, you learned his name was. Gems twinkle from the floor amidst clay pots spilling over, spilling silver, sitting beside small chests filled with gold, and surrounded by arms and armor. Looks quite old. The armor is all of human size, so sat on stands, and the weaponry looks quite old, but from your cursory glance you can't tell perhaps of the quality of it.
Okay. So, could I do like maybe a ward to see if like these arms and armor is more special than what it originally seems?
Yeah, I need to
I guess I guess what I'm trying to find out is if there's anything like magical or like more than just gold.
Gotcha. I'm making some rolls here first beforehand. Some rules for treasure. Oh, that's a good result. Okay, go ahead and make a see. Yes, your lore is actually quite significant. Oh yeah, and it's favored as well for you.
Yeah, I also have folklore as a distinctive feature. If that's helpful here.
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What you can do with that, if you spend a point of hope, that will give you 2 bonus dice instead of just the single bonus dice a point of hope would give you. and you'd be considered inspired.
Okay.
So when you click your lore roll, there's a little spot to tick for inspired, and then you need to also
Okay,
tick
I
the.
see.
You also got to tick the hope bonus there as well, because it doesn't if you tick inspired, it doesn't automatically do it. And then just subtract the hope point. There you go, single success. You do find most of the armor and arms, although while usable, because they're not a pile of rust, there's nothing necessarily too different about it. But you do find over here to your right, sorry, clicking there. There's a bow. And on this bow, it looks exquisite. It's very ornate. And you can tell there's Elvish script on it. And I don't believe you know Elvish.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe just like a word or two. But
Greetings and things like that,
Yeah.
but ancient things. You're not sure. But it's very carved. But you can tell it's... Let's see what else I can give you from this information. 1 second. Oh, here we go. You, at least from its design, you can tell it comes from the region of just west of the Misty Mountains that used to be known as Eregion. And you feel like it's from the Second Age. But it looks like it was made today.
Okay. I'll pick the bow and then however much gold, gems, and silver I can carry.
Okay, let's... tell you how much there's there. Right, hold on. All right, so treasure is done in treasure points. And so every point of it is a load of 1. But there's more points of treasure here than what you could possibly carry. So you decide how many treasure points you want to put in your pocket.
Okay. Does holding the bow also add load at all?
It sure does. And
Okay.
that's going to be the load like a regular longbow, which is...
I think 2. I have a keen bow that has load 2.
Oh, yeah, just regular bow. It's not called longbow. Yeah, it's a load of 2. You're right.
I don't know how to put that in. I guess I'll just add 2 fatigue.
There's a spot on your... there's a spot for treasure points. It's down below your equipment, where you put... where your fellowship points are, and skill points and adventure points.
Oh, I see.
And it
Okay.
should, when you do that, add to your load if the coding's working right.
See, I put 17.
And it's
Doesn't
not.
look like
It doesn't look like it's working. Okay, then. uh, we'll just remember that one for now. That's weird.
okay. Do I go up to my endurance and load, or do I have to be under 1?
If you equal your endurance, then you're considered weary.
Okay,
And that,
I'll grab 16 then.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you've already got a load of 4. Yeah, I see what you did there. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Elvis exits, having probably doubled his weight in treasure.
And then some.
I'm just glad you had my helmet to lean against the cart earlier.
Yeah.
Just
All right. So, Belaganor, who's been keeping an eye, whispers back to it. Looks like the hill troll is up. At least, and one stone troll. I think the other one has gone to the farther cave up on our left to sleep off his alcohol. The other one still seems to be awake, but it does not sound like he's too with it. That is at least some fortune.
I see. Well,
What is it?
this isn't. Oh,
You see
yes.
his eyes are wide at what you're carrying.
Perhaps you can hold on to this for now, and we can make our way back to the group. I don't think we have much good news to give them.
Well, it could be worse. There could be 3 trolls. But yes, let us make our way back. Alright, be another stealth roll. And you still have your +1. Success. And... uh-oh. Belaganor, excited at looking at this ancient bit of history of his culture. Has stumbled over the track. And he's right there. Fulvus, you're able to get halfway down to here. Let us see if he was noticed. Things could go bad very quickly. So far, so good. Success. Doesn't seem to have brought their attention. And he quickly catches up with you. Well, not quickly, because he'd be too loud, but... And then I'll need you to make one more stealth roll to get out of sight of them. Again, at a +1 for yourself. And successful, both for Belaganor as well. Alright, I'm going to move you down to where the rest of them are instead of making you go around that loop. And for the rest of you, while you're waiting down there, by the way, was there anything that you guys wanted to do while they were away? I forgot to come back and ask you.
Well, unless there's a better idea, I think we could start loading up the mine carts with people and things. But
So you're in the midst of that, unless there is a better idea. And Fulvus comes leading the way. His pockets considerably more full. And Belagan carrying an additional bow. And he goes right up to Elleray. Elleray, look at this.
Seems you found the treasure room. What would they be doing with such craftsmanship?
It seemed to be, although Fulvus could tell you more, I was more looking out. Fulvus found this. But what I did see, it seemed to be a treasury of more than just the trolls. But perhaps that which funds all of Mormog's operation. And this bow, you see there's Elvish script on it. And you and Belagan can read it easily. And I'll make it available for all to be able to see it. And your handouts, you're going to. There's one that has the Elvish script, but it is it's just a single name on it, Guayamente, which means wind piercer.
Did you say wind?
Yeah,
W-I-N-D?
Yeah, W-I-N-D. But the handout shows you the Elvish script and has it spelled out, Guaymente. And it feels in your hands. Very lightweight, of perfect craftsmanship, despite its obvious age from the Second Age. Typical of that of the artificers of Eregion. The same people who forged the 3 elven rings of power. Even the bowstring is perfect. It's not rotted and strong. But yet it was covered in some dust.
These fiends do not know what they sit on. They
Well-
are undeserved of such treasures.
Most definitely. Belagan turns to Fulvus. What else lie in that room?
Because would Fulvus, the character, know what that city depiction was?
Make a. I can. Yeah, she can make a lower roll. Actually. Oh dear. You can make a lower roll because you were looking about. The lower roll you made was to looking at the weaponry and armor. If you'd have rolled a great success, I would have given you extra information, which would have included that. But should have let you make the roll while you were there. Unfortunately not, but you can describe it.
Yes, there was the room itself showed a depiction of a white city with a great white tree. I I think I've heard of this place before, but I can't recall it. And everything, or all of the craftsmanship in there was of man make.
When you speak about the white tree, like Ellery's eyes get really wide. And I say, take me to this room where you saw this. I must see this map for myself of this city. And if more treasures, such as this bow, lay within, we must relieve them.
Well, unfortunately, our expedition up there revealed that two of the trolls are still awake. One of them is quite inebriated, but would pose quite a trouble if we couldn't sneak in.
It would just look kind of slightly defeated. She's like thinking. Perhaps it is not worth our lives, but
If you want to go for broke, Master Fulvis, do you have a pen and paper?
Yes, I have quite a lot of paper.
What are the odds these trolls can read?
Wanderer scoffs at that. She just fighting the laughter.
Well, I think we found a paper ordering that the treasure be transferred. And, it's our job as the guards from upstairs to bring this treasure out, even if it is heavy. What can we do but follow orders?
The thing
Would they-
is, I think trolls are dense, but I don't know if they're that dense. Plus, don't they have their own speak? I know most of the dark forests do.
Yes, but they don't have. But if they can't read, we have official orders.
They still really let 5 dwarves, 2 elves, 2 humans, and a hobbit just walk out?
Well, no. We have to plan this.
Well, I mean, if you want to write the note in case we're discovered to confuse them even more, perhaps.
Again, we could say that we're taking you upstairs to. The boss wants you, interrogated upstairs some more, because with the new dwarf, whatever we found some information, some disparities in their story, whatever.
Perhaps. I think it would be better to try and go generally undetected. If they ask, you can spring a letter on them and
Right. That's really.
and confuse them enough for me to get my axe in one of their skulls. But
obviously, our elf friends have to, and our hobbit friend have to sort of hide. And
that is the question, though. With the words,
dwarves,
the words hurt them.
The dwarves, I think we can, perhaps, like I said, if worse comes to worse, make some story on how they need to be interrogated upstairs, or that's the story with that.
I guess that is a question to ask. I turned to the dwarves. Did they guard you while they? Did you ever bring the carts up to be unloaded, or was that more of a them thing?
The goblins. The goblins is what took them up.
Oh.
They never let us get close to an entrance or exit. But if it came to it, this is Bellar. If it came to it, us four will assist you in dealing justice to those trolls. We've got more than just a single bone to pick with them, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
And he spits on the ground.
Well, then I suppose no sense in delay.
I mean, I think it's worth. It might confuse them if nothing else, and give us a round of a bit of surprise or something if they had to look at and puzzle this piece of paper that they have no idea what it says.
Again, if you wish to write the script, feel free to spray it in their face. But and
act act quite indignant if they refuse,
But I suppose Bane will start ferrying them into the minecart. the door.
Perhaps now, Mr. Elray, what lore do you have of the shadow?
I know much of the ways of the shadow and its tendrils.
Does their script look like Elvish script to some degree?
The ancient tongue, yes, perhaps. One could say.
If we just wrote something in Elvish, the trolls it would probably pass by them. It would look like the same as the words of the enemy, I would assume. So we could just, perhaps whoever can write Elvish could write a page just saying, these prisoners need to be interrogated upstairs. We could write anything, actually, but but something to that effect, and then show it to them, and have some flourish signature at the bottom.
What was the war band leader's name?
Mormog.
Mormog.
M-O-R-M-O-G.
And then we could have a second page discussing the treasure needs to be moved. Again, signed by Mormog, that the treasure needs to be moved. Release it to the upstairs guards.
I do think it might be best if Bellanor and I sneak our way in.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It'll be hard to explain elves.
But I'll write the note.
Thank you.
Kind of as we're formulating this plan, I'll be writing it.
Yeah, we'll have. I could just imagine the trolls looking at it, trying to figure out what's going on. At least it gives us a head start on them, if nothing else.
Belganor says to you, Elray, perhaps we move quietly behind and slip into the treasure room while they are interacting, shall we say, with the trolls. Perhaps gain some insight into the lore. Perhaps see what remains of the treasure. Though I do not need any coin.
I mean, I suppose you could try to also load up whatever treasures into the carts with us.
I think before interacting with the beasts, we should sneak back in and be at the ready to distract them should we need to. But if we can fully avoid them, then that would be a best.
I agree. If we can get out without having to battle the trolls, that would probably be the best. I wouldn't mind killing a troll or two, but they are fierce beasts when they're angered. So, and we're not all combat ready or at full strength. So.
Wanderer
sounds
states.
at the very.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it sounds at the very least like most of us want to head to the treasure room first. So, I mean, I guess we could push everything to the treasure room.
Where in relation to the trolls is the treasure room?
Yeah,
It's pretty close, isn't it? So,
yeah. Belganer says that a cart would be seen.
Yeah.
Fulvus and I lurked down into the shadows. There was a few close calls, but pulling 3 mine carts.
Yeah.
Although I suppose the minecarts would be used to, rather than random people tripping over.
True, the sound of it wouldn't alert them necessarily, and it may help mask our passage. However, that's only going to last for a brief amount of time.
Yeah. I think to get the treasure out, we either have to kill the trolls or completely dupe them. I mean, that's a separate issue as to getting us out.
Well, I mean, the mine carts, despite 2 dwarves being in each except mine, I think still has enough spare room if you wanted to dump extra things in there, was my point.
Oh, yes, there would be.
Right, but it'll only get us so far up. It'll only get us basically to where the trolls are, correct?
True, but if you can keep them far enough away from looking into the mine carts, I think we'll be fine.
Bury you in treasure.
I mean, they're so used to carts going out that it's probably like, oh, it's just, the 7,000th cart of rock.
But where does the carts end? Do they end past the trolls? I forget.
No, they end at the very exit.
No, they end past the trolls coming in from the entrance. So they end on the closer side to us.
So we could take the carts past the trolls, theoretically.
Yeah. No, not from our side.
That's what I said. I thought they sort of started where the trolls are, basically.
They do.
Right. So that's the problem. Even if we load it up with goodies, we're stuck where we have to empty it in front of the trolls.
Well, unless they go back to that fire and start drinking again.
Well, unless we fool them. I mean, yeah, if I fool them, I guess it'll be me.
No, it's not. It's not the note fooling. It's the fooling of, again, I think as long as they're just at that fire, they won't be able to see. Because that alcove's tucked away.
Get them to stay there.
Yeah. Well, one of them's already drunk and asleep somewhere. So.
Wanderer states they've all been drinking.
Yeah.
Their senses may be dulled.
Mm-hmm.
Very likely so. Hey,
Perhaps
Lampshade.
we can cause...
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you talking.
No, it's okay. Perhaps we can cause some sort of diversion, a collapse somewhere else nearby in the mine.
Do we have any more drink for them? Anything?
I think perhaps we could also try scaring them. There are some horrors farther down in this tunnel. Perhaps we could trick them that another horror was released. Something that would scare even them.
I don't know if they'd be scared enough to run outside in the light, though. And otherwise, they'd be running toward the terror, no? It's either outside or further into the tunnel.
I mean, they are drunk, perhaps.
I mean, my only other thought. Well, we have to clear probably the dead orcs, but if you wanted to say that there was a collapse of the tunnel and there was a threat that it could let light in, they might rush back here to come and help. But if they don't reinforce it soon, but I don't know how long that's going to distract them for.
Dogan, who's the second dwarf from the front, he's, those trolls won't come down here. They've never been.
Again, does anyone have any drink, any
No.
alcohol at all?
Bellar
No?
looks to his left, and the rest, well,
Oh,
there are these kegs.
Well, I could try and get him to drink more.
Wander says, yeah, we brought you some resupply.
Yeah.
Why should the goblins get all the stinking? The goblins and orcs get the stinking drink down there. Yeah.
True. And here's a thought. I know my elf friends probably wouldn't, and I don't know if this would work. We found some very special elvish drink, but we'll have to dice for it. You guys, there's only a taste, one shot. You guys will have to play dice for it back here, over here in the corner.
You think they know how to play dice?
Probably. Oh, I could teach them.
It's a simple game.
I think
Herabrand, troll friend.
For the moment. But I don't know if you have any elvish brandy, but
No, there's nothing elvish there.
don't know Miravor.
Oh, yeah, but they won't
Just-
know of that, likely.
The trolls, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, no, if I said I had one shot of it and it's the best
I have a-
thing you've ever tasted.
Well, I have a feeling they're going to say it tastes nasty.
I don't know, would they? I don't know. Or would they think because they like the regular brandy.
Yeah,
They're
the
not-
Mirror
they're
is
not-
like,
Well,
I just heard a golem with the lasso around his neck.
yeah, well, but that's different than I think they're different than Gollum.
Well, they're
I mean-
tainted by evil. Miravor is a very,
Yeah,
very good drink that's supposed to
Yeah,
reinvigorate good
but-
peoples.
Right, but I don't know if they like always just filthy. I mean, they probably appreciate good brandy. I don't
But
know.
I don't think Miravor's brandy. Miravor is like something
Okay,
that's supposed to
all right.
reinvigorate spirit.
I don't know. That was a thought.
I think
I'm just-
Herobrand's. I understand your point, Herobrand, that we might trick them into thinking it is alcohol, but I do not think I could bring myself to allow a troll to drink the gift of Lord Elrond, and such a rare libation as Miravor cannot
Fair-
be
fair
wasted.
enough. Fair enough.
I now remember when I first entered this cave, one of the trolls was in the treasure room. They probably protect that room. Maybe if we just set a fire or cause some other distraction in the room to bring them into that room, we could all just run past and out the exit.
We should set fire to this whole dastardly mine.
Sorry, Lampshade, you're a little bit quiet there, man.
Sorry, let me turn my mic.
I can turn you up on my end anyway. At least to me, you are quiet. I can change your volume here.
That would be a wise decision, Bulbous.
Unicorn also we did, I think we sabotaged these tunnels, right? Last session.
You did down the ones that are carved down below. back down. Come on, back down that way, way down around the corner.
Yeah. So I think the tunnels will all collapse at some point.
Perhaps we are thinking too hard on this, and we should simply be ready to assault the trolls if necessary. But for now, Belaganor and I might simply sneak back in and determine if there's anything worth carrying out. Gold and silver are not worth our lives, but weaponry and items such valuable as this bow from past ages must be saved. And I must see, was it a map or what was the city exactly that he saw?
It's a fresco.
A fresco. I must see this image of the white tree and determine if it is in fact the tree at Minas Ithil.
When
And
you
what
met,
it would
Yes, I would. That would be a good.
sorry, I cut off a couple of you, and I'm very sorry. Had you finished, Unicorn? You were about to say something, and then Belly.
Yes. No, that was good.
All I wanted to say is that when you mentioned that perhaps battle with the trolls, the 4 dwarves and the mining cart, there was a nod. Yeah. Billy Ganner, you were saying something, and I think I cut you off.
I agree with you. Yeah. Sorry. I agree with you.
I just forgot my own character's name too, so I can't correct you.
Elleray.
Elleray. Yeah.
Like, I knew what you were trying to figure out, but I was like, oh crap.
Elleray. Yeah, Elleray. I agree. I agree with you, Elleray. I do believe that we should see if there's weapons that might that have rather significance in our history, and maybe if there's any other useful information that we may have missed.
No, lampshade.
Bane.
All right. So how about this? We hide the dwarves in the carts. We go up. I just talk to the trolls, whatever, along with Wanderer. We talk to the trolls as fellow guards, blah, blah, blah. Try to engage them, try to get them looking the other way, whatever.
She's got a keg of rum with her. She just got from the corner with
Great,
this.
great. Yeah, sure. And we'll try to keep them occupied while you all do whatever you can get out of the treasure room. And then if they spot you, we act surprised, like, oh my god, we need to attack these. We need to get these prisoners back. What happened? Like, we're on the troll's side. And then when they're not looking, and then battle starts, and they think we're on their side.
Yeah, and you can always pull. I mean, if you're distracting them, the mine carts.
When I hit them with my sword.
Yeah.
And your letter. No.
Yeah.
But the mine carts, I guess, would be unnoticed if you guys start distracting them, because I mean, what's more mine work in the mine? But
And then we'll get you up there at least, and then we'll see if we can keep them occupied while you kind of
load it with treasure. Yeah.
out of the right. And then if they notice you, then we act like, what do you mean, prisoners? Oh my god.
And to Elleray's comment, Bane will say, treasure may not be important to you, Coin, but it was relieved from my fellows here, along with my lord. So I would try to get as much of it back possible if we can.
And tactically, if we relieve them of their means of hiring mercenaries, and that will help. you know, it requires money to fund troops.
Wanderer nods her head in agreement.
So the more we can, that will hurt them. Perhaps more than killing a troll or two, actually, if we relieve them of their treasure. But in any case, if we can keep them occupied, the trolls occupied, while the rest of you, take the treasure, do what you can, and then if they see you, then we pretend that we're still brigands, going to help them, and as they start to attack you, we have the dwarves armed. We have more
We can
people
ambush
armed,
them.
and then we can, they'll be surprised when their good friend who gave them liquor decides to start hacking away at them.
And we'll have numbers and many axes now.
All right.
Yeah, these dwarves raise their axes and they're itching to be used.
Yeah. But
The longer we debate, the
Yes,
further
let's
away Lord Thorin gets.
So let's go with this, I guess, and then I'll stuff the thank you for the papers. I'll stuff those in my pocket under my vest just to have them. Who knows? We'll play it by ear up there, but we'll go in with more rum and see what happens. Sound fair?
Best
Right.
plan we got.
All right, just to catch Lampshade up, and I need to figure out what you guys are doing with this. So, role playing, I was running your character for you. So you and Fulvus had snuck up and got a spy at the treasure room. You were keeping guard, and Fulvus came out with pockets full of coin, very full of coin, in fact, and an exquisite ancient bow, an elvish bow from the Second Age. And you and Elleray have looked at it, and there's a handout. It's on the journal tab on the right hand side, but the elvish script is in Quenya, the older elvish language, and it says Guayamenta inscribed on it, which means wind piercer. But it is an exquisite bow. The bowstring is perfect. It's not rotted, although it was covered with a bit of dust. The bow was, but so the question is: are one of you carrying it, and which one?
Elleray can take it.
Well, I have like a special bow already. Do you have a normal bow or like a unique bow?
I don't think it was ancient, but it was like a keen bow.
Map's not loading yet, so
Yeah, I'm having issues on my end too. I can't select anything. Let's see if it's my mouse. What's going on with Foundry these days? It's been giving lots of people problems apparently. At least on the server. Hold on, I'm trying a different mouse.
like it gets to 100% and it goes unresponsive for some reason. So
Okay, well, my other mouse is doing a better job. Alright. I can look for you.
Ellery would kind of like hold up her hands so she has no room to hold another weapon, basically. Say, perhaps you should hold on to it, Belaganor. I am already saddled with much gear, more than I would like to carry.
Is that agreeable to you?
it will. I'll carry it with pride.
Okay, I'm just adding it to your character sheet now.
All right. hear the music, but my map's not loading. I don't understand it.
If you can you refresh the page?
Let me try that again.
Unicorn had a tough time loading in today. Although that was just the internet, it wasn't necessarily the map, was it?
Yeah, it was literally just my computer being terrible.
Ah. Any luck?
Yeah, from what I've noticed, I think Forge has a issue just with computers not running on like their maximum or older computers. That's about it. From what I've seen.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I have an older Chromebook that I'm using.
Because before I got this PC, I was having the same thing with my laptop. It's just like, doesn't want to work. Except very slow.
Yeah, I believe there's an update. I just haven't done it yet. There's always a little bit of a fear with an update that it breaks certain other things. But all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move. Might as well move your tokens en masse to get it past, get up to the corner, because you can't go through the wall anyway while we wait.
Yeah.
We can't, but we're dwarves. We go through walls all the time. Pick out.
Right. Okay, so the plan was for Elleray and Lampshade to sneak ahead. Was it just those two going? Not Lampshade, Belganor. Lampshade is not a character.
Yeah, I mean, we're all the dwarves are in the carts, so unless someone's lugging us, so.
Well, Wanderer was doing some pulling.
Yeah. I mean, unless Fulvus wants to be in the lead cart with me.
I'll stay outside.
All right.
Allery, would you like to hold on to this ring?
I suppose I can wear it. But she seems wary of it a little, kind of hesitantly takes it from you.
And as you grab it, it's almost imperceptible, but it grows. It was the size of a hobbit finger, but now it looks like it would perfectly fit on yours.
I slip it on.
You get there's a feeling of security when you have it on. You feel really confident in your abilities. Now you also have an elven cloak.
Yes.
And for that to aid you, you have to spend a point of hope. If I remember correctly. Yes. It is more effective if you don't move around, but whilst moving around, it will give you a bonus. Lampshade, have you refreshed now? Is it able to work for you? If you're speaking, we can't hear you, or at least I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's 100%. It's just not loading past that. The map is. See if maybe I could try it on my phone.
Well, I could always share my.
See the map.
If I share my screen, you're gonna see everything.
No, let me just. I'm gonna try it on my phone and then, so I can at least see the map.
Are you able to access like character sheet and stuff and do that? Because we can do it as theater of the mind for you.
Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah.
Awesome. As long as someone's computer can handle it and doesn't explode, you can always stream from your Discord.
Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
It's all right. Okay.
Yeah, right now. That's what.
Hold on. I got an idea. There, on your Discord, you can see the map now, or should be able to.
Yeah, you just have to hit the stream he's running. Just hover over him and hit watch stream. You should be able to see the map.
And I can just move your character for you. All right. Belleray, if you want to go ahead and move forward. It won't be until after you get around this corner here that stealth rolls are actually relevant, but... Wrong direction.
This way.
Like, see you later, you guys suckers.
I mean, unless the brigand-looking people want to cover their, because if you roll up, then they hide behind the mine carts and they see you, just bring them around. But,
Hey.
yeah.
I'll just follow Elleray behind.
Okay,
Behind them.
I'll move your token for you then, and then you can watch on the stream on the Discord. Can you still access your character sheet and like do all your rolls and stuff? And cool. I don't mind moving you about, man.
I'm gonna try to do that through my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that through my phone. Just give me a second.
Oh, good luck with that. It's never worked for me on a phone. All right.
It's like nothing was letting me select when I was doing that. So.
Oh.
Okay, so stealth roll, you said?
Stealth roll, yes. And are you going to engage the benefits of your cloak? I.e.,
Yes,
spending
and
a
I'm gonna
hope point.
So I can spend 2 hope points then because of my cloak. Is that right?
You only need 1 to engage the benefits of the cloak.
Oh, I thought I could just do like a regular hope expenditure.
Oh, yes, you
on
can.
the cloak.
You can indeed. But you also somehow gain an extra +1 on this.
crazy. It's like I'm wearing a magic ring or something.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
So I highlight the hope point bonus die, and then 2 more bonus dice at the bottom. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so stealth roll.
Yes, and you have no bonuses or negatives against you. But you do have that skill as favored, so you got a bonus anyway. So you got a great success there, LRA. You've got an extra success. What do you want to do with it?
Sorry how our lore rolls went. Might want to bank it for later. Just pull our lore rolls.
You could
Skill special success, is that right?
that's the one, yeah.
Okay.
You could make haste with it. You could cancel a failure from someone else, but that's not the case here because Bellacanor passed his. Widen influence. I would allow you guys to get, instead of making 2 stealth rolls, I would allow, well, you anyway, Ellery, because you got the great success. You could get all the way into the the tunnel leading to the treasure room with just the 1 roll, if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do that.
Bellacanor, you could get yourself to. Can you see the map actually?
See it, yeah, on your. Oh, no, it's not loading on my phone, but I can see it on your screen.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll move you. I'll put you where you
Sharing.
got to. So you're halfway there, and you'll need to make another stealth roll to get any farther.
All right.
Ellery, you've gone too far.
Oops.
Here's
Yeah.
Right, where's the treasure? Oh, hi, troll.
That's a troll.
What are you doing? Wow. You get to pick 2 skill special successes if you like. Number 1, you can go quickly if you want. Other than that, there's not much else that's relevant.
Yeah,
So-
it's funny how those are kind of wasted on stealth rolls, like at least in this situation.
Yeah, no, it'd be nice to. Well.
I mean,
one-
we could choose go quietly, because then just there's no chance the trolls will spot us, I guess.
And make haste, but there's also, it mentions for gain insight. It says, and it mentions sneaking. It says, or you spot a sentry while sneaking into a ruin with a roll of stealth. So, I'll give you that. You see the back of the hill troll, the one who isn't limited by sunlight, still sat at the fire and completely unaware of your presence. And the other stone troll, you inebriated and trying to stay awake, so he's quite tired. And you could hear the snores with your keen senses. The snores coming from the other stone troll, stone troll up further towards the door. But you managed to get all the way into the treasure room. And I need to bring... What the hell have I done with the camera?
Might still be on the other map.
I'm just gonna move some tokens. Sorry, guys. Not under there. Is it under Wanderer? No.
It still might be on the other map. In the lower dungeon.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be able to see down the passageway on the recording with the screen that I'm sharing. That is so strange. I cannot find it. Oh well. I'll drag a new one out. Oh, there it is. It's on the track.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. All right. Now you can see it. All right. So you can see what I described before, just clay jars of silver pouring out, chests with gold spilling out, gems, shiny gems, and ancient weaponry and armor. But the
I guess I'll
fresco,
go over and, you know,
and this fresco, LRA, which is what you were interested in.
Yeah, she would beeline for that and have a little interest in the material items.
All right, so it's such a beautiful fresco, and it's completely ruined by this tunnel that was carved into this, or at least ruins a part of it. But it does cover all of the walls in here, although the bulk of it is on the opposite wall to you. So at least that is still intact. But allow you to make a lore roll for this.
I'm going to spend a hope on it also, just because I can.
Okay.
Just on an off note, are these statues of men, or are they?
They are of men.
All right.
Great success. I suspect gain insight would be the choice for your bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. You are correct, first of all, that this does depict the city that you imagined. This is also most definitely from the Second Age, and in particular, gaining insight. So, of Gondor, this would also be clearly from the kings of Arnor. From that time period, back in the time when the two kingdoms worked together very well and held a sense of peace to some extent between the two. From a time period when there was prosperity and threats of the shadow were distant memories for the most part. But it still retains, I don't know, seeing it gives you a bit of an inspiration of a feeling of being positive, if there can be, considering the dread that you experienced when you were down in the chamber down further south, when you just discovered the prison. And it lifts your spirits a bit to see this. It was such a shame to have been defiled by the stench of troll. And looking about, these statues in this room were from the same time period. And they've fared fairly well over the ages. But they all depict knights. Knights of the realm of Arnor. And although some of the weaponry you can tell was brought here by trolls or orcs, some of it looks like it's been here with it because it bears the same sort of artistry, sort of marks of craftsmanship. The bow that was found here, hard to say if it was stored here before or if it was brought here by the trolls. Although you do know from this time period, the elves worked together with men. They weren't so isolated from each other of the cultures. But a bow of such quality, given as a gift, would be somewhat rare unless it were given to someone of nobility. And I think that's quite a bit of insight. Looking about, Belaganor, gold and silver there is aplenty, and gems. You do find some coins, quite a few coins missing from a clay jar nearby. Which explains the chinkling of change you heard while you were keeping watch while Fulvus was inside. But of the arms and armor,
Gotcha. Yeah.
you do not find, although ancient in origin, most of which, some of which is recent and clearly been piled here in more recent times, but of the other stuff, although you see some good craftsmanship, but nothing stands out to you as strongly as what you noticed on this bow.
I guess I'll tell Ellery this. It seems that the weapons here aren't as unique and ancient as the bow that Volvas had found earlier. So, not to waste our time taking these out.
Yes, I've learned all I need to learn. We should sneak back and let the others know that we're ready to create our diversion and try to at least get the gold and silver out of here to deplete their funds for future wars they wage.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm in a minecart.
Waiting.
Yeah, I guess we have to tow the mine carts up, I guess.
Wanderer's
No.
got it. Although
On
it is a. See,
on-
her strength is a
on-
6. She can handle it.
on an off note, these statues aren't of anyone important, or it tells them, right? It doesn't say like their names or whatever. Or
Well,
people in that room.
I didn't give them any names, but
Okay, fair enough.
you wouldn't know that. Oh, that's right. You can't move your
Okay,
token,
just-
Billigan.
I guess we'll make our way up with the cart. I'll be a little bit ahead of the cart, I guess.
What was the diversion you were going to do?
Oh, I've got a keg of. I'll take the rum.
All right, that helps Wanderer.
Well, she drinks the carts.
She's trying to pull the cart and carry the keg of rum.
And once we get to the top, I guess she can leave the cart where at the top and come with me to engage the trolls in small talk and we can try and keep the trolls occupied.
Okay, Fulvus, what are you doing? Because you stayed out.
Yeah, I'm just but just following alongside them. Maybe I'll push the minecart from the back.
Staying. I'm helping. Love it.
Now, once we get to the top, what again? Let's just be clear about the plan. So, we're just going to engage the trolls. You guys are going to try and get as much treasure out as you can. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I mean, if you can distract them well enough, I suppose all the dwarves can get out and help load this treasure real quick. I'm sure we're good at that. But it's just on how well you distract them, I suppose. Because
Once they notice you, if they decide to start attacking you, then battle ensues. That's we're just going to pretend to be on their side for a moment, and then maybe get a lucky strike in or not, and then battle will ensue or whatever. if we can keep them occupied and you can get pretty much as much as you can get out, then we'll just say, oh, it's you trolls aren't so bad as everyone says. We'll have to come down and drink with you again and wander out of this place
Yeah,
unscathed.
be like,
We'll see. Sound about right?
yeah,
Everyone-
yeah, and right,
Wander-
you can, as a typical bad guy, you can abandon the duty of dragging the cart to start, and then it's like, I guess I'll do the rest of the job now. So,
I mean,
but
sound okay, Wanderer and my elf friends and Fulvis?
Wanderer nods. So she's put the brake on the cart and starts to head up. Meanwhile, the dwarves are getting out. And they're not as quiet as you would hope they would be.
well, makes sense.
Yes, they're dwarves. So I'm just going to move. I'm just going to leave them here. Although they are making some trips back and forth. Fulvus, you're still behind a cart, so you're not exactly exposed where you're at.
That's okay. I'm gonna like be whistling on my way up, so hopefully that'll mask any noise that they're making.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, my friends. Hey, my friends. Guess what I found?
What?
Got a little more drink if you got some stomach for it.
Whoa. So the one that's the stone troll farthest away from you, the bigger one.
Uh-huh.
His eyes are quite a little bit droopy. He's had quite a bit, and for him it's his bedtime really. But I wouldn't say no to that.
How about a little nightcap?
Or day cap.
And the hill troll has already spun around when he heard you whistling, and yes, oh, that would be great. And
I want to. Is that a fire there?
it is, yes.
Okay. I'm a little bit. Would you mind moving back a little bit so I can get close to the fire? I'm a little chilly. You know, us humans, frail as we are.
Well, if you're bringing us ale.
Yeah, that's.
And he lumbers over. So he's a little bit drunk too, himself, the hill troll, but he managed to get up and very big steps shuffles around.
All right. There we go. Let's see. So,
Poor wanderer.
you all, oh, is it hill troll?
What's the matter?
I just want to see what I can see. I want to try and see if I can convince them to get back. What you got there? You got anything to eat? My friends, anything fit for... Anything you think I'd eat?
Yeah, go ahead and help yourself. They're laughing.
Well, I don't know. You know, what you can eat, maybe not what I can eat. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll see. All right. I'll get back by the fire,
And,
I guess.
You notice
All
that
right.
the hill
Go
troll
for it.
is looking down the passageway that you just come up. You bring it up that cart. The goblins normally do that.
Well, they asked us to. You know, those lazy bastards. Well, they gave us the rum. They gave us this rum anyway. We were able to finagle the rum out of him to move the cart up. So what the hey? Here, have a drink.
Don't mind if I do.
Pour it into his cup or whatever his gallon jug is. And how about you, my friend?
And the stone troll grabs his mug, which is basically small barrel to you, and goes to kind of lean in to give it to you. And he loses his balance and falls. And he's so drunk that he's not landed in the fire, but he's landed right along the edge of it. And his eyes are kind of darting here and there, kind of gone back into his head a bit.
Okay, we gotta.
And the other one is, "Oh, Braun, you drunk bastard."
We better roll him out of the fire, no?
Yeah. Should go to. Oh, God. Can't hold his liquor. More for me.
That's right. More for you, my friend. Stout-hearted friend. Drink up.
Those of you moving treasure, make stealth rolls, please.
This is great.
I know it. Oh, do it at a +2.
Oh,
Did forget to tell you that.
that's a little bit better. How do I add 2 again?
Does the slider where it says penalty bonus dice just move it 2 to the right?
Two.
By default, it comes up with a 0. Or it's right in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Okay. I don't think it'd get us too much more, but as a dwarf, would I be able to kind of piece this fresco a little bit more together, or know how it looked before it was busted as a tunnel?
Do you have lore?
No, I was just a dwarf. So I have 1 lore, but I was a dwarf, so I didn't know if I'd be able to.
Well, what you
piece that.
can know. It's all right. All the other dwarves failed as well. Is that the part where they tunneled in? Although damaging any art is bad, but the main part of the artwork, the main subject of the piece, is on the opposite wall. So they've done the least amount of damage as they possibly can by their choice of where they've tunneled in.
Okay. I didn't know if by chance I was able to piece anything important
No,
where we were entering, but
nothing that stood out to you there.
all right, cool.
All right. And so this troll is continuing to drink.
Mm-hmm. Drink up. Because it's the last of the rum, unfortunately, until we get a new shipment.
Just as a mention, with whatever treasure I would also be attempting, since I know Wander is with us, to gather some of her people's heirlooms.
Yeah.
In terms of breastplates and stuff.
Oh, right. So there is a total of 30 more treasure points, that which Fulvus didn't already pocket. I mean, he's heavily laden.
Yeah. Oh, 30. All right.
So every point adds to your load, so keep this in mind. Which means if you start taking damage in battle, you're going to become weary.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I guess
although you are loading it into the cards, so I guess that's irrelevant. All right. So.
Well, I mean, okay. I don't know.
I mean, Fulvus is. I'm assuming not to be mean, but I'm assuming Fulvus, you're not going to do a lot in combat. So
No,
if you
probably
want to,
not.
so if you want to sneak out and tell Hogan to go get the horses to laden with.
Well, the problem is you can only get the carts so far.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if we have the horses right outside,
Well, I mean, you stuff your pockets, the dwarves, with it's a little bit anyway. All right, keep drinking, my friend. Drink up. Oh, we're getting near the end, I think.
Don't mind if I do. It's more for me since the rest aren't around.
Yeah.
And right after that, Logan here, carrying a chest of gold, trips.
Of course he does.
He rolled very, very, very badly on his stealth, i.e.,
or the
Eye of Sauron.
were the elves? Were the elf? Did the elves roll to potentially cancel rolls? I don't know. So they help.
Well, are you guys helping to load? I did say just those who are helping to load, because otherwise you guys are standing there. Elleray and Belagana, are you helping to load? If you're speaking, we can't hear you, or at least I can't.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you helping to load?
If you're speaking now, it stopped again.
Sometimes it's
Oh, there we go.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's just delayed. That's why.
Oh.
Yes, I'm helping to load. Stealth check.
Yeah. Needed you to do that.
Cancel some of our dwarven failures for stealth.
Potentially.
Or not.
Except Sauron. So
Or
yeah.
No, he's favored though, so the 2 was the better option than that. Elleray, are you assisting as well? Are you? Because can't hear you either. If you are talking, that is.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I'll assist. Making haste. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
it's going to be a stealth. Let's be a +1. Unless you're doing any of your. No, sorry. Yeah, you'll have a plus. +1. Yes, sorry. +2. Sorry, because one of the trolls is passed out. This is without spending any hope.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Probably we should.
Oh, I almost
consider
forgot about that.
for these things.
You know, that almost would have made Balaganor succeed with that +2. Alright.
Is it not
My
working?
web browser.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're out of the game at the moment.
Yep,
Let's see.
my browser crashed. If somebody else wants
I'll
to
roll
do
for you, man. Hold on. Let's see, stealth +2. Of course, letting me roll for you, and oh no, I rolled an Eye of Sauron. Oh no. Guess what happens?
You really do have the worst rolls.
I know, dude.
It's kind of crazy, actually.
Well, the rest of you may not know, but it's become a phrase now on the server rolling like Andy, even in games that I'm not a part of. I get to trigger my sound again. Carrying that back and forth and trying to be quiet, and Troll's over there. The dwarf tripped up and you were near him. And because you rolled an Eye of Sauron. And you felt the shadow, just feeling it's just the taint and the fact that almost like think of the stress mechanic of sorts in the Alien game, but you're just feeling the weight of it. Almost as if evil itself is hampering your ability to move silently here. And
Really, I'm truly surprised he's not happy with us stealing the treasure vault here.
yeah, and he's and this troll's, what's going on?
Well, I heard something. Did you hear something?
And
Did you hear something?
the dwarves are.
What?
You wouldn't be helping these dwarves escape, would you?
Look, I told you we're. Oh, my God.
And
And I'm going to attack him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hearing this, Bane's just gonna
From
get
behind.
to this corner. Or you're not gonna wait for him to get. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
all right, well,
All right. Well,
I'm going to put you all into the combat tracker, and then I would actually, once I do that, like to stop for a break if we don't mind.
Sure.
But let me put you in the combat tracker first, and you can get. Nope, not that.
Good.
And these slot I can select at once. And yes, we'll leave it right at that. So we are all in the combat tracker. I'll move the camera down to where I can see more of you. Cool. All right, so let us take a little break, and we will come back and try to take care of this troll. Okay.
Well, it was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got another troll unconscious.
Yeah.
True.
There's that
And this
possible.
one drunker, and this one drunker.
All right. So, opening volley phase. So this is usually things from a distance, like charging, like in a battle sort of thing, and then that's for ranged weapons. So, Bane, Volvus, you have a ranged weapon. You could potentially go. Now, you're still hiding
Yeah.
amongst the mining cart there, I suspect. So you've got some cover, I think. But none of the other dwarves have any ranged weapons, and Belagano and Ellery are around the corner when this took place, so they don't really get to go. So it's pretty much only Volvus.
Oh, Bane has an axe.
Oh, yes, you could throw it. Yes. So,
Now that it's not being left out.
yes, so open volley is up to you two, and Bane, you have the higher strength, so you may go first.
Oh. There. Axe.
Remember, you double. Oh, you've already done it. Yeah, double right click on you.
And that. And there's no mechanical bonus to having more than one person attack, right? Or you like ganging up on someone? I just wanted
No,
to make sure.
unfortunately not. Ooh,
will-
Gandalf
that.
and a bonus success. And
Nice.
so suddenly from out of the darkness comes this axe.
Aha!
And I've completely forgot to have one moment. Come on.
Needs to make a protection roll.
Yeah, I know.
Edge,
But
edge beaten by beaten 10. Alright.
I gotta get my sound effect up. Alright, so it's protection roll. Oh. Oh dear. You have given him a wound.
That's for the dwarves.
And there we go. Yeah, I did it a few times because I had to keep cooking it. All right. Fulvus, are you making an attack?
Yeah.
Okay, you may go. You're the only other one who can go in the opening volley, and then we go into open combat. Ooh, that hovered over an Eye of Sauron there for a moment. At least in my view. And you have missed. Okay.
Yeah.
We now go into actual combat, so you can all choose your combat stances. Wanderer will definitely choose forward.
I'll choose forward, yeah.
You know what? My combat turn marker isn't going to work out if I'm going by strength. I may have to delete that one as well. Alright.
If you right click the tracker, does that have a way to organize it? By
No,
certain
it
things?
does not. Like any other game, you can do it. You can double click to change the initiative. I have that module. It does not give me anything at all about that one. Yeah, I know. Alright.
How do I... And it's not changing. What do I have to do to change it?
You,
Yeah, click
I see.
Right click your token.
Right click
I
on
see.
your token, yeah.
Would you be able to change mine? Because I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to click on the.
Do you want to What?
Change it to open.
open? Okay. And I wanted to remind you, Beliganor, with your battle.
this one-
Go ahead.
That's what the open stance, right? The battle dance.
Yeah. I was just starting to check that you could. Yeah, you can use ranged weapons just like as if you're in rearward stance. And you can also shoot while moving. While you're running, you can actually shoot just as if you were standing still. I love that ability so much. That was actually from the first edition, and I brought it in. They didn't have it in second edition. I added it back.
Nice.
I love it. Anyway, so let's see. Elray, you're staying in ranged, and Fulvus, you're going in defensive mode. Okay.
If it helps, my strength is 7.
Yeah, I'm just this combat tracker. Damn it. I need to write down everyone's strengths for in the future. Hold on.
This thing.
Let me write it down. 1 second, guys. So I made a new plan, but I haven't gotten set up ready to do it properly. Alright. Bane is a 7. Wanderer is a 6. Hairbrand, you are
6.
6 as well. Fulvus, you are a 3, I believe.
Yeah, 3.
And Beliganor is a 5. And Elray is a 5. Alright. And then the NPCs will always go after you guys no matter what, other than combat stance dictation. Alright. So, ignore the combat tracker hoverings. I'm going to remove that module, but I have to end combat to remove it, and I don't want to do that right now. So, I'll just ignore that for now. So, Bane, you are the first that you can go, and that's short enough distance. You can move that and attack if you so wished.
Oh, that's exactly what he wishes.
Well, funny that.
And I'm going to attack with my axe. I'm going to gives me naturally 1. So I'm gonna spend another hope to attempt to hurt him.
Okay.
And am I favored in my weapons? I feel like I am, but
Weapons don't have a favoring. Only skills do.
oh, okay. All right, then I will.
I
that's
think
all I get
first
to roll.
edition that was a thing.
All right, then I will do that because I don't think I'm inspired. I just have my bonus. What? Okay.
Wow. Of course.
That's interesting. I guess it's not an auto failure? That's interesting to know.
Sorry, what? You got an
Well, it
extraordinary...
just says my... Yeah, no. My feat die, though, was the the eye. So that's why I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. Why?
Is it maybe if I succeed so much over it that it doesn't matter if the eye's in there?
Well, yeah. It still adds up to your points, so you get all those points to see how many rolls that you get. But oh, I get it. So your total points, so the 6, 1, 2, 6, and the 3 add up to they met your target number, but the two sixes are two bonus successes on top. That's what it is. So that feat die
Ah.
counted nothing towards that. That's how that
If I had
worked.
rolled even halfway decent on my feet die, though, that would have been worse for him.
Yeah. So, all right. So, 24 points. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a short battle.
Bane roars as he.
24 points. Did you
crushes
put
the
them? Did you put both of those bonuses into like heavy blow?
Yep. Because the other one was fend off. I'm like, yeah, I'll try to down this guy.
There's your sound effect. All right, let's see. 24. Jesus Christ. Well,
I've been able to Gearstone, that would have been better, but that's I'll still take it.
all right. Okay. Harebrand, you and Wanderer have the same strength, but I'm going to let her go ahead and go since you got the jump
Sure.
on the opening volley. Then I'll let you go right after that.
Sure.
And she gets Twilpa McKeel out, which she drew that as soon as you drew, but I need to do the targeting. I don't think this troll will even make it to his turn, to be honest. I really seriously doubt that. Alright, come on, go. And, oh yeah, she gets the bonus because she's forward stance. Watch me roll badly. And I did. Sorry, soul. At least you're not dead yet. Alright. Harebrand, you are up then.
So now, how do I add? So if I'm swinging with my long sword, okay, does it give me?
Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to trigger that. Sorry.
Okay, I want to add some hope to this.
Okay.
Just when you roll for the, well, it's going to prompt you when you hit it. You can
When I
see
hit
the
my
thing
long
that
sword,
says.
it's gonna prompt what I mean to add. Stuff.
Yeah. You hit your longsword, it's going to prompt you, and then you hit the thing that says hope.
okay, I gotta select
Yeah,
the
it'll come
target.
up, and then you can just there's a box to tick for hope bonus, and just make your sheet. You subtract it from your sheet.
And then if I select him, okay.
Yeah, double right click. Oh, you already got him selected.
Yeah.
Still.
Is he selected? He should
Yeah.
I believe you still had him.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now, okay. So I get a bonus dice because I'm forward stance. It's already in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I get, if I spend 2 hope, I get 2 more.
You can only spend you spend one hope.
Okay.
You can only
so then I
get-
get a 1. Okay.
Yeah, you only get a 1
Okay.
bonus from that. You'd get
Oh.
it would give you a total of 2 because you've got the forward stance, but that's already
Got it.
calculated. So
Okay. So
if you
now
just
I
tick the hope box, it'll add the extra bonus. So
Okay.
don't increase your bonus to hit as well from that slider at the bottom. It'll do
Okay.
it.
So if I get the bonus, got it. I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll,
cool.
it'll do that for you. At least that.
Here we
part.
go. Adele.
God damn it, you guys.
If there's one thing Harebrand and I are good at, it's combat.
So I guess I'll add heavy blow.
Yeah, Wanderer would be if it wasn't me rolling. Yeah, you should have the option to tick that. Is it not showing up for you? Is there not a box pop up?
And it looks like submit. It says okay. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to hit heavy blow, and if it's more than one, you'll have to hit more than
17, damn, Jesus.
24 and 17 plus my back. 12.
And with and that it seizes up and starts to fall forward. Bane, make an athletics roll to dive out of the way. Just in time. And he comes crashing down right next to you. Just dived out of the way. My clever players.
Well, seeing as how the others are probably... Does this troll at all feel foresee? Oh, well, I guess it's still turn order. Is he awake?
No.
Or is
he was so drunk and he's tired. This, you need to keep this in mind here. There was, let's see, an axe hit, a sword, 2 sword hits, a missed arrow, and a missed sword hit. Those are the only sounds that happened in the space of about just a few seconds. It's not enough to wake him.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like what Bane would do next is walk up to the sleeping one and brain him. But
can we dispatch them in their sleep?
You can. All right.
Yeah.
Will that be a shadow thing? Is that evil? Or I don't know.
Not against something like this. If they were human, then yes, it would be very bad. Yeah, no.
So
any creature of shadow, there is no penalty for whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go slam my axe into the.
Well,
do you want this one? The other one's in the sleeping hole.
Yeah, Wanderer's already on it.
Okay.
So I'm. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll go brain this one if you want to go brain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just stick heroin through its throat.
Okay, then I'll go to Word Wanderer. Brain this one.
Yeah.
Just heft my axe and.
Yeah, Wanderer's joining in with you on that one. Fulvus comes up to see what's going on. All right. Dwarves are upset they didn't get to it. The other 4 dwarves upset they didn't get to be involved.
There'll be plenty more later on.
Yeah. Bane goes, sorry, I maybe was a little bit too excited. And I just look at the 2 axes as I rip one out of the dead one.
Yeah. Yeah, Ellery, so you had tripped over, or you didn't trip, but you made noise trying and sneaking, and the dwarf had tripped, and a couple of heavy stomps from a troll towards your way, and then some very quick sword movement, and suddenly it's all stopped. So the dwarves had finished loading up the treasure. All of you had finished it. Ellery, are you staying back there at the treasure room? Unicorn?
They're muted at the moment.
Yeah. Maybe he had stepped away. In the meantime, let me switch from combat music to...
Before anything, it's efficient.
I'll move forward too.
I like to imagine Hogar heard combat, just hops out. He's like, "What's going on?"
Yes. Especially when he saw the halfling come out. What the hell? He didn't get a chance to react, see?
Good news, Hogar. We found 4 dwarves and rescued them.
That is good news. And,
bad news, all the trolls are dead.
And he's still a giant. I forgot to change his token size.
Massive door.
Yes, he is massive there, so. Very cleverly done, everyone. The whole plan there.
Thank you.
That could have gone much worse. Alright.
Oh.
And I was all prepared too, man. Because I've learned some more about combat with adversaries. Because they have their own equivalent of hope points, but he just didn't get a chance to spend one. And I didn't give him an option for his protection roll from Herobrand to start with because he was surprised by it. Alright. Hogar comes in and Logan and Dogan are from Erebor.
How are they? I just realized Hogan, Dogan, and Logan.
It's Hogar. It's not the same.
Oh, Hogar. Right, I forgot.
It would have been even cooler. I should have done that. And you hear it's Aula's beard. And they go up to him, and you can see that they're exchanging in so happy to see them. Now, Geely is from the Blue Mountains. And Bellar is also from Erebor.
Hogar will say the beard comment, and as I'm prying my axe out of this one's skull, I'll say, and his axe.
And, oh yes, that is a dead troll and a dead troll by Herobrand. All right.
Hello, dwarves. That we're out of danger. Would you mind if I ask a few questions?
Hi, go ahead, lad.
So where exactly were you captured from to end up in a place like this?
Well, Logan and Dogan, we were part of Thorin's party on a trip to the Blue Mountains. When we were waylaid. And Geely, he comes up. When I was traveling with Auric, the Baron's son, and from the Blue Mountains with him, we was with them. And it was quite a large band, and despite our efforts, we were subdued. There was a very large orc with them, if orc is what you would call him. And then our heads were covered. We were taken, I'm guessing, north. When we were in a work camp there, we were building arms and armor. Judging by, I don't know, just if my working in darkness could tell me, I would say we were somewhere near the North Downs, but I don't know that for sure. About a month ago, well, let's see, how long ago would that have been, Dogan? We've been here for about a couple of weeks now, but We journeyed a couple of weeks. It must be about a month ago. Thorin was still alive, and so was Auric. And we were brought here for more work. And we've been here helping them dig this tunnel.
So you were waylaid before the Downs then?
Yes.
Before
Yes.
in the Shire?
No, it was after we left the Shire. Before we even got to Bree.
Your time in what you believed was the North Downs. Did you ever see raiding parties go out? Goblins, perhaps?
Did ever see what, sorry?
Raiding parties? Attacks? Going
Uh,
out?
leaving the work camp, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. There were many orcs that visited this place. It's almost like a barracks of sorts, from what I gathered from the little bit of glimpses that we got. Wargs, too. There were warg riders. Men would come. It was the weirdest thing to see men working with orcs. Men selling out their own countrymen.
May seem like an odd question, but I think what my friend Fulvus here is asking is, did you also see any hobbits that were taken with you?
Well, I'm just doing the maths here on the...
The timing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking back. I'm glad I added this calendar app.
Because there are rumors of attacks on the northern border of his folk.
Ah, yes, okay. It would have fallen within time. Yes, we did actually. Logan, who's standing to your right there, Fulvus. There were some hobbits that were brought in shortly before we were taken to come here. They weren't put to work, though. Something about... what was it? Geely steps up. Special prize for Rad Ghul. That's what I heard. Yes, you're right. And Bellar says, my party, who I'm separated from. There was Rudigar, Aedoras, and I always forget her name. Hold on. Gilriath. We had heard tales of a Rad Ghul as well. Tell me, this is Bellar, speaking to you, Fulvus, and looking Wanderer and Bane. Have you run into my friends?
We have.
You have?
We've seen...
Edelras was injured, but everyone else was in good health.
That is good news. And he's shaking his head.
In fact, we left Gilraeth not that long ago. She was on the road.
Where,
He was leading dwarves and hobbits back to the Shire and Blue Mountain.
Yes, we found Vinar, Adar, and one other dwarf I forget the name of.
Oh, I wasn't at the session, so I'm glad you remember their names.
I have notes. The third dwarf, I think I just didn't catch
Einar,
the name.
Aiden, or was it something like that? Einar?
Yeah,
They're not in our NPC
Vinar,
list. Oh,
Adar, and a third dwarf that I didn't know how to type out.
Anar or Ana, something like that.
I'm just look. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. I was just looking them up for you.
It's A-N and I can't read my writing.
Oh, Anar and Ginar.
Yeah.
Ginar.
Ah. Adding all the dwarves to our NPC list.
Yeah. You're amassing an army. Although some of them have gone off, obviously, but
Oh yeah.
well,
So,
go ahead.
so this place that you came from, you say it's a month's journey from here?
We were on the road to nigh on to 3 weeks, actually, now that I think about it, to get to here. Although we were marched very fast, and sometimes we were in a cart, so that would have increased the speed a bit, but judging by
Did
all
it
that, that's
feel
what
like-
I think was in the North Downs, and by the temperature.
Did it feel like you were taking cross country or on the road?
Cross country, definitely. It was like they were avoiding the main roads, which understandably. Sorry, Chris, you're about to speak.
Yeah, I'll pull out a map of Eriador and lay it out, so that way I can try and figure out where they came from.
All right, we can go to the Realm of Middle Earth map.
Oh, the realm.
Or we could go to Eriador. Actually, that's going to be a much more detailed map.
Yeah, because here's where we are right now.
Yeah.
There's the other place we were, right? Where's that? Or no? Or is that where Gilrath was explaining? That's either
That-
the place we were.
Yeah, that's
I
where
think
That
that's the
was
place
where
we were.
Gareth was.
Yes. Yeah, you guys were. The river camp was down right about here. And you've journeyed that for that distance there. So the dwarves are looking over it on this. I don't use my pointer here. I remember the hills, and they're all. You hear grunts and agreements. Yeah. Yeah, that was easily a week for our journey. And then there were plains. But direction, despite being a dwarf, I don't know if we're in the northern part of the Weather Hills. I kind of feel like from the temperature we were further up. I know that we had, when we were first captured, this area feels more like, so we were about here when we were waylaid. Now we stopped for a while. Maybe around here. It was a keep. I do know that. It could have been here. I don't know. And then we went further north.
Did you feel another set of hills?
We did. That's why I'm thinking here, because it got colder as we went. Some dark business going on here.
Up there. All right.
And based on Lord Elrond's advice, if we trace out a circle from Carn-Dûm, and this place in the North Downs are relatively on that circle.
That would make sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's probably our next best guess is to go there, because unless we're willing to try and go find them in the mountains. But the question is, do we want to go back and rest in either Rivendell or Bree? Because otherwise we gotta go with what we got on our back and full of treasure.
With horses, although you do have 4 dwarves now, so what happens to them is depending. With horses, you're about a week away from Rivendell.
Yeah, and much farther from Bree.
It's
Plus,
like-
I'm assuming they just said it's.
I would say make
Plus-
for Rivendell.
I would too, because they said it's just another. It's also another 3 weeks if we were to go to try to get to them anyway. So
And
it's probably better to go.
we need to offload this treasure. We can't carry it
Yeah.
around constantly.
Lampshade,
Perhaps
were
get
you?
that bow looked at. And
Lampshade, were you saying something?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I was just gonna ask our dwarf companions what they would want to do. Where they want to go.
Bellar says, well, you say that my companions were headed towards the Shire to escort some people back. In Aedoras, he was injured. Where was he?
he was left in Bree. He was left in Bree, and Rudigar. Was Rudigar with Gilraeth, or did he go ahead?
He was
even
with
further?
Gilraeth.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, he's
traveling
with-
back to the Shire together.
So he's with Gilraeth as well.
Yeah, he did mention that they were going to stop and find Aedoras. Well, Bellar says, my path is that direction, to reconnect with my companions.
Aye. Although I recommend you get resupplied, so maybe to Rivendell first. But
There's wisdom in that. And I'm already weary from labor. Hold on, I'm switching to a map so I can see it. Logan and Dogan, we would journey to Rivendell, and perhaps from there, do we head back to Eriador to inform the king, or do we head back to search for Thorn?
we are on the search for Thorin, and we're already on his trail. The king has not gotten a message, so if you wish to be that messenger,
You guys did send. There were dwarves that went back. That was Einar and Ginar. They went back to Eriador to let the king know what had happened.
all right.
Oh, good old Einar and Ginar. And Gailey says, I will go on to Rivendell. My homeland is further west, of course, yes, but I would journey with Bellar once we are rested. Bellar nods his head.
Sounds like a plan. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. Go pick up our prisoner.
Perhaps it would be wise to go to Bree. If it's true that Radgul's coming back here soon, which I heard mention of a captain coming back to these parts soon, then the road between Rivendell and Bree might become very dangerous in the coming weeks.
It might, and that is true. Although I think to get to Bree, we would need to resupply, as Bree is also about 3 weeks away. I would assume, based on distance. Maybe less so because it's on the road.
Lord Elrond needs to learn too what we've found out so far.
Because we can't always head to Bree after, and then take the road up north to Fornost or near it, so we don't have to trek across country. But roads are usually safer, but we could go cross country later. But that's a later choice, I believe.
Just some knowledge that you would know just from being travelers. If on horseback, and if you took the Great East Road once you got down to it, you feel you could reach Bree in just over a couple of weeks, assuming there were no troubles along the way. So 2 weeks and
Yeah.
just over 2 weeks, but not 3. Rivendell cross country, you could be there in a week. Fornost to cross country, you're looking at 3 weeks easily.
Yeah. Is there really a difference if we go cross country to Rivendell versus back down to the road and then
That's still cross country.
Rivendell? Well, I know it's
a road. It's the same.
Yeah, it'll take
Well, I
you
just
long.
didn't know if it's safer to go along the river. That's what I didn't know.
Oh,
if it
I
was.
see.
Or
Yeah.
because I don't know how dangerous above the troll jaws are. I'm assuming, but
They're not friendly.
In any case, I say we make for Rivendell. We need to inform Elrond of what we've found and unload
yes.
this
Oh,
treasure to make sure it doesn't get back in the hands of the enemy, and resupply a bit. And perhaps Elrond can give us some counsel too on further what he suggests.
Was there any boats along the Horwell? I forget if they had boats along. That might make travel easier.
Could we resupply and unload our treasure at Bree?
I think it's further than Rivendell.
But it's closer to our goal.
I mean, we could do that. I mean,
My vote is for Rivendell. It's closer. We get there, then we go. We can go to Bree afterwards. That's totally fine. But
Plus,
I want
Elrond could give us more
out
counsel.
of our hands as soon as possible. And
Go ahead.
Plus, I believe, wouldn't we be able to do a patron action if we were at Rivendell versus not? I could be wrong. I don't know how that
Yes.
exactly.
yes, we can
works.
do lots of things at Rivendell.
Because I don't know if the patron action requires you to be in.
Contemplate and study a bit.
I fear for the captured dwarves and hobbits, though. Seems like time is of the essence.
Just more knowledge that you would have, especially you, Fulvus, because you study maps a lot. And a collector of such maps. The cross-country journey, you'd have to go south to get to the Great East Road. Stopping at Rivendell only adds a day or two to your journey. If you stop there briefly...
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because...
Oh, that's right, because the Horwell, we have to... That's the whole reason they're trying to build a bridge. Or, well, under tunnel.
Yeah. So, I'm not trying to persuade you in any way. It's just knowledge that you would know.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to add like 2 weeks journey, like 1
No.
week to get there and then 1 week to get back.
Because your whole journey from Rivendell is on road and on horseback, which speeds.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Just in game terms, though, if you're talking about a fellowship phase in Rivendell, it's generally considered to be about a week or longer. But
we would be able to
there's no
spend our point.
Yes.
We can level up.
Yes, you would. But
True. Alright.
Yes.
so, what is your decision?
I say Rivendell.
Bane also says Rivendell for
Rivendell.
All right. To
LRA?
Rivendell it is.
What is LRA's vote? Unicorn, we cannot hear you if you're talking. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, that was my issue the last time you said my name. But
Oh my god, have you been talking this whole time?
No, I did the last time, and then we moved on. So that's fine.
Oh my god.
I know.
I should have mentioned it to you. You're muted. I usually do when I see that, but oh well. Anyway. What is your vote?
One sec.
Not to mention, Master Elrond could tell us what's on this paper and what we might be facing.
Is the plan to take the dwarves we have rescued along with us? I think we need to get them to safety soon.
Yes, the closest
Yeah,
place
that was.
is Rivendell.
Yeah.
And yes, I would definitely urge us to take a respite in Rivendell.
All right.
All right.
Perhaps we can get more information on this bow and ring we have found.
Very true. Lord Elrond might know of this ancient bow.
Lord Elrond knows many things. The monster, the bow, the ring. We'll find it.
Right, and just his wise counsel as to how to proceed.
All right. We
Okay.
switched up roles a little bit, didn't we? In terms of our travel. All right.
Yeah. So, it is now, by the time you've loaded up all the treasure, or loaded it onto horses, or Fulvis's pockets,
And we would give the nice Arnorian artifacts to Wanderer to look at. The
yes.
breastplate, not.
And so you waited until morning daylight to go in here. You've been in here a little while. You're now about late morning on this day.
That's not too bad.
I say we
The,
make straight away for Rivendell.
the 8th day
I
of
don't want
Uramah.
I don't think we want to be. If the captain returns and has a big retinue with him, that may be too much for us to take with what we have here.
This big orc, is this Rakgul? Did he say his, or did you find out his name, or what he?
The one when they were waylaid?
Yes.
Yeah, Radgul.
Was the big orc? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so he attacked them personally. Good to know.
Well,
Mormag is the
with an entourage. Mormog is more troll-like, gigantic. The dwarves that you had rescued before down on the river camp, they felt that he's from the legends of old, more like an ogre,
Okay.
which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, if we at some point we'll face him, but
Yeah.
I feel he may come back again with more troops, and
Yeah.
we need to
Well,
get
plus
away.
we've left.
We've destroyed this operation. We need to.
Yeah, we've left them
Get away
basically
from-
in ruins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say, Hogar, go grab our friendly prisoner, and we'll make our way.
Forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's make some decisions on traveling roles there on your fellowship sheet. If you want to bring that up, if you want to make changes, we have Fulvis as the guide so far at the moment, and Hunter as a Herobrand and Wanderer, Bane as a scout, and lookouts are Elleray and Belliganor, the two keen-eyed
Yeah.
ones. Perfect.
I'm good with my role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the best.
I'm not good at any of those things, so yeah. The best.
Yeah, the
I'm
best
good at
role.
something. Yeah.
The best role I have is either traveler or explorer. So I'm or explorer. So I'm fine with either.
Elleray, are you good to stay as a lookout?
Yeah, I think that's my best spot.
And the dwarves may help wherever they wish. Probably hunting. Hunting didn't go so well last time.
Yeah.
Our travel is very, very good, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
I just want to have a quick look at the dwarves here, and
I'm sure
yes.
Bellar has some okay-ish skills. I know he used to be a character, from what I recall.
Yeah, he was in
decent at
my
travel.
one shot, and
Yeah, I think if I recall his play style, I think he was good at travel, but I don't know if he's better than us at it. So
he's pretty good at it. Although the rules only allow one guide.
yeah,
All the rest can have as many people in it as you want. So I'll put him on to explore. Although I'm loath to put NPCs into key roles here, but in this case, I will put Bellar in to help Bane with the exploring. So therefore, you've got 2 in each of those roles. Although he has been a slave for several weeks.
that's fine. I'll
So
give him some of that mead. We'll be good.
all right. So, are you planning to head out immediately? You're going to have anything
I don't
to
see
eat
why.
before you go? There's probably a
saw
little
that.
bit of venison left over.
Yeah, I don't see why we can't take that with us. Eat while we go.
Eat on the road, no?
Yeah, you had 2 haunches of it.
Yeah, we can eat as we travel.
Okay.
I don't want to. I feel we've been lucky so far. I don't want to
Yeah.
push our luck.
All right,
See ya.
then. Let's see here. Need to get to a different page.
I'm sure it's spread amongst us, but am I writing down 30 treasure points we've taken with us?
Yeah, you can write it down on the notes.
Yeah.
I have given you guys all permission. You should be able to create a journal on the journal tab if you want to keep notes there, or on your own, just out of the game, you can leave it there. There's also a space for notes on your character sheet, I believe, if that is a benefit to you.
Yes.
Yes, there is a place for notes. There's all kinds of things where you can keep track of things and add detail. It's not the most exciting looking of character sheets, but it does have a place for the information. All right, then.
I might have to end a little bit early here. I have a delivery coming in 30 minutes.
30 minutes, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did mention it, but that's fine. You could always. Well, that'll be about 15 minutes before our normal end time, so you can always go back and watch the video for the last 15 minutes, see what you missed, to see that I rolled for you and got an Eye of Sauron, and you're now heavily injured, and yeah, that is
Arrow in the eye.
yeah, arrow in your eye. Yeah, that's what'll happen if you leave me in control of a character. Although, Wanderer is still alive. All right.
To be fair, we didn't give that troll a lot of action time before.
True.
But
That's the plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very clever in your planning there. Okay, so I want to do something a little bit different with the journey, and I want to liven it up a little bit. The last time we've done it, I'm getting used to the rules too. It's still a new game, but it just felt like a lot of dice rolling and not a lot of. I mean, the idea of the journey rules is to make a journey happen without taking forever, because otherwise, okay, you walk for a day, and so to speak. But I do want to make it a little bit more exciting. So, I'm wondering if we can discuss briefly what when you stop for a night, what is the sort of arrangement that you guys might have? I mean, the hunters have gone out hunting. There's one roll. I mean, the way the journey rules go, the guide makes a roll, and that determines the distance you go before a potential event comes up. But that does represent a few days worth of travel every time that roll happens. So there are camps, more than one camps for the night between the rolls that the guide makes. So I wondered what are your arrangements generally for a camp for the night, considering you're in dangerous territory. So you may have different arrangements if you're in more friendly territory than where you're at now. So do you have a campfire? Do you keep that, go without one? How do you eat if not?
Does Wanderer know how
I
to
would
make
say
a subtle
we could always
campfire?
forge. We always forage for like berries and stuff, and like in dangerous territories when we don't want to have a fire.
Now, you do have, you know, you do have some venison that will last you a while, and if using a phrase from the books, tighten up that belt and wish you had better food. And so if you ration yourselves a bit, you can go without fires. Occasionally, maybe you can find a secluded area. So I can't remember which one of you just asked. Wanderer might provide, but occasionally you might find some somewhat secluded areas. You are in a hilly area here, and there are, ravines and such to where maybe you might be able to hide some smoke for a very, very small fire. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, put a fire hole, doesn't make a lot of smoke. That you build it on, you make like a little hole and it burns really hot, but doesn't make much smoke. I just put it in the chat.
Oh, I think I didn't see that, but I think I know what you're going to put in there.
So you could just do that and then put it out once you cook the food or whatever, and we're done,
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. And then lookouts do lookout, and then we're going to have the other NPCs be the ones getting camp set up and tending to horses and doing a bit of the cooking. Unless Falvus is like, no, I'll be cooking. You all take a seat.
I'll probably be too busy looking around.
Yeah.
Taking in the sights.
All right.
Yeah, Bane in his current role would be pondering maps and trying to remember, and maybe consulting with the other dwarves who are also, traders and travelers, the best routes cross country and on the road. He's probably also just keeping up his martial prowess. You just see him off to the side swinging his axe, sharpening it, shining his weapon and helmet.
Okay. At nighttime, then, do you set out lookouts? Besides, your two lookouts can't stay up all night.
Well, I think we can if we're elves.
Turns,
Yes.
right?
That's actually a cultural virtue you have to choose.
Oh,
Well, they
interesting.
Yeah, they
Don't
don't
they
make
need
it.
less sleep than us, though?
They don't make it automatic in this. I forget the name of the cultural virtue, but it's the one that you don't have to sleep at all.
Yeah, they have to. Well, I think they only
we
have to
take
sleep
turns?
like what, 4 hours or something.
4 hours, each 4 hours will get you through most of the night, right?
Yeah,
Or the night.
but there's plenty of you can take it in turns.
Yeah.
All right. Are we going to have... No, I will not have NPCs on this because if there's action, I would want it a PC who makes it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 6 of you.
Take second shift. You want to take the first shift, Alari?
Yes, I shall.
All right. Who's Although you may shift your shifts around later, but what is the order of shifts?
Can I take the daytime shift? 'Cause my awareness is pretty poor, so.
the
One that
last
I'm
the
not
last one
right.
before dawn, perhaps then for you.
Well, are we doing? If we're doing what, 2 hours? 2, 4, 6, is that what we're doing? So we need 12 hours of dark. Is that what we're doing?
Well, you're not going to sleep that long, but so you don't necessarily all of you need to watch every night, so you can go on some rotations. But all right, I'm just writing some stuff down here because it may affect things later. All right, who would go after LRA?
How many shifts are there? Just let us.
In fact, if you guys all split it up,
That-
like an hour and a half would probably cover the night with 6 people.
Yeah. We'd all get rested still, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
plenty of rest. So
Can I
who?
do right after dinner then? I guess, or right when we start. Is that reasonable? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Herobrand, then LRA, then who?
Well, I guess Fulvis can.
Okay.
Yeah, this is awareness. I'm not that great at that. Better at scan, but you know.
So
What can I do?
put you in the morning then. So perhaps spell again or after that. And autocorrect decided Belgian was the word. And Wanderer, of course, she's going to be good at it. And then we have Bane at the end. Okay.
Is there any way we could set up some type of tripwires or things around it to make some noise or something?
I don't know that you have any sort of wire of such, if you're any string or anything like that. If you guys would have brought any. It's up to you if it's in your pack
That's fine.
or not.
Yeah, we have rope, I guess, but that's sort of more than required. Okay.
All right. Now that's done. Okay. I'm not going to have you roll just yet, Volvis, for your travel roll.
Sorry, did you say don't roll or
Not yet.
roll?
Not yet.
Oh.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. Go ahead and roll. That's just you can do it on the fellowship sheet if you hover over. There you go.
Oh, I just did it on the.
Wow. Yeah, you can do it from your character sheet. It doesn't matter. And I'm not on the right page. Damn it. Come on. There we go. Okay. So Grace says, okay. On your second night away, I'm going to. So you guys are making a path straight for Rivendell, and I cannot select a damn thing. Why can't I? Oh, Foundry. Hold on, I'm refreshing my page. Oh, I can move you.
I'll be back. I can use the bathroom, okay?
Okay. On your second night away, Fulvis, while you're keeping guard, We are on we're a day away from a full moon. So it's quite bright in the nighttime as far as what moonlight would give you. And whilst you're sat there, I assume, well, you're not keeping a fire. You only use fire just to cook, so you're sat in the dark. And whilst you're sitting there, and it's been a clear night, there hasn't been any clouds or nothing major, so you've been able to see the stars and see the moonlight quite clearly. But you're sitting there, and suddenly the stars disappear, and the moonlight disappears. And it begins to feel really close. And a fear comes over you. And this voice, it's hard to describe. It sounds like it's near you. It sounds like it's far away from you. It sounds like it's an echo. It sounds like it's directly in front of you, all at the same time. And it's a woman's voice. Quite a low-pitched, a lower register for a woman. And speaking the Westron, common tongue, says, "Greetings. Perhaps you should wake your companions, and we can talk."
Who is this?
I will speak more when you are all ready.
I'll wake all of my party.
Oh, what?
That's,
Grabs his axe.
Yeah,
You-
wake up.
What's going on, Fulvus?
Loosen my sword. Loosen heroin in his scabbard.
And you guys awaken to darkness.
Oh, good.
Like normal darkness?
Strange. The moon is gone. Stars are gone.
Witchery.
This is
Can I raise my my I haven't had a lot of use for it, but can I raise my nice little item of a windproof lantern?
Do you want to do that in the? And
Yeah, you have to get your tinder out and to spark it up, because you don't have a fire you can light it from easily enough, but you can do that.
I will start doing that just so I can see in this darkness.
Fulvus, did you tell him that there was a voice?
we'll
I
be seen in the darkness.
I tell everyone, I think there's maybe a wizard or witch in these woods trying to talk to us.
Bane, do you really want to shine a light in the darkness?
Would you rather be in darkness?
At the moment, till I know what's going on, I don't want to.
Well, I can keep this thing low, but
I don't
I'd rather have
And while
I'd
you
rather have light than not
in
have
the
light.
area.
while you
I'd
two are
rather not.
debating about a lantern, right there.
I'm lighting the lantern.
A glow from behind a tree is moving, and stepping out from this tree is a young woman. She's clad in a glittering raiment. A subtle glow comes from her. Her hair lies on her shoulders. It's as pale as moonlight. as pale as like polished silver. And she is so beautiful. Belaganor and Elleray. You can tell she is most definitely not of the race of men, nor is she that of the firstborn. The only thing that all of you see that detracts from this overwhelming beauty is around her neck is a heavy collar of iron with some sort of rune markings you can't quite read from this distance. And a link of chain, one link, hanging off of a ring from it. But the runes on the surface are fiery, almost when they glow, with a yellowish orange hue. And she steps closer, and her presence kind of illuminates the area where you are at. And she looks at each one of you, one after the other. Very solemn. It almost seems like an eternity. And she says, I have been called with many names since I entered Arda, many long years ago. But here in the west, I am called Feridrun. And I think you may be the ones I've been searching for.
Why dost thou say that, lady?
I am an unwilling servant of the shadow. The body you see before you is my prison, cast in flesh and bone.
Are you truly one of the Maiar?
And one moment, sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off, yeah.
That's okay. I was once a huntress of the host of Orome. And once I roamed free in the void between songs, unclad and formless. Maiar, yes. That was what you would call me. The Dark Lord called me out of the night, lulling me with honeyed words. He was different in those times. He promised me new experiences such as I could not dream of, in exchange for a simple task. And then I could return to the void, if I so wished. Truly, he is named the Deceiver. When I came into the world and kneeled before him, Sauron placed this collar around my neck, binding me to his will and that of his servants. He sent me to hunt for his enemies, and later to search for the rings of power. I obeyed, unable to oppose his will. I have labored long in his quest, and I have grown weary of this shackled body. Now I long only to leave the circles of this world, to return to whence I came. But the spells that Sauron laid on this color are still too powerful for me to break by my strength alone. And here I am, after all these years, still leashed to yet another minion of the Dark Lord who imprisoned me. My prison was broken recently. A foul servant of the shadow, Mormog was his name, and by my release, I became his servant. He knows not that I am here. I have stole away. But maybe my time has come. My current master is the one you are seeking. Perhaps do you wish to find him and perhaps thwart his plans? Is that your quest?
We do.
And this is where I probably noticed that her shackles match pretty much what we saw in the underground vault, I'm assuming.
Yes, she came closer, yes. Although you haven't been able to take the time to read them, and I don't think actually you were able to. Faultless is gone.
No, it's. I'm assuming I noticed a broken chain that matches pretty closely to what I assumed.
Oh
the
yeah,
chain
well
looked
you recognize the characters. They look similar to the writing you have seen.
All right.
And
Our quest is to fight the shadow.
Mormog.
And this
Our quest
Mormog
is take us
deserves
to
death.
Mobog.
Sorry, Lampshade, you got partly cut off there, dude. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's fine. I was just gonna say pretty much what
Hairbrand?
Brand was saying. If yeah, Hairbrand, yeah. If our quest does take us in, we will.
After the word will, you cut off.
Yeah.
At least in my end. I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can now, yeah.
Yes.
If our path leads us, or if our path within this quest leads us to Momog, we will strike him down. For you, my lady.
If one as great as you is caged by his will, how are we to free you? As mere... Well, I'm not mortal, but...
My shackles are too strong for you to break. That is true. But I know that there is a place of lore hidden somewhere west of the mountains, just west of the mountains. Much time has passed since I was free to walk about. Near the foothills of the mountains that are east of here, south, I believe.
The great deceiver is not the only one who deceives.
But there is someone I feel, of great knowledge, great lore, who dwells and resides there.
We know not what you speak of.
Do they, for those proficient in lore, does any of what she says strike true to them? Like I don't know if they're able to recognize her name.
Talking about Rivendell. But
No, I know she's talking about Rivendell. I'm saying is because I'm assuming we can't read her too well, but in terms of the people who might know of her,
Um,
maybe.
your lore doesn't quite cover that sort of
Yeah,
area
not
because
me,
you're
obviously.
more focused. But that's all that you would know because you guys really can't have a council right now to.
and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
I'm
refuse.
assuming the people from Rovanian are no, but I'm saying the elves
Yeah, the
maybe
elves might, but
had a better shot.
they,
Well, I'm never
yeah.
gonna speak to someone who says she's shackled to Sauron and mention Rivendell. I'm just not gonna do
But
it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
well, even if I knew where it was, access to it would be forbidden to me, chained as I am to the shadow. But perhaps you may enter it, or may find your way to it. And perhaps the wisdom and the lore would find a way to free me of my chain, of my bond. But Mormog,
Perhaps.
he is a fearsome monster, larger than orc kind, but very agile and cunning. He is evil through and through, and fierce as the meanest mountain troll, but able to endure the light of the sun. He is the first of his kind to have come to the north, the member of a fell race, no doubt bred by Sauron himself. And the Black Land, he commands many dark-hearted minions, trolls, orcs, and evil men. That is why they call him the captain. That is his role there. And he has been sent by Sauron to do his bidding here in Eriador. I can tell you of some of his plans, that which I know about. He is journeying to the borders of the Coldfells, up into the Ettendales, north of here. Near the headwaters of the river Horwell, I believe it is called in this time. There is a ravine near there, which opens to a wide valley. It was once known as the Broadcleave, but no one today remembers it by that name. But he has sent forth a summons across the surrounding regions for all the troll, a gathering of the troll kindred. And I know that he is giving them a great message, but I know not what.
And this gathering is in the Broadcleave?
It is.
When?
It is some days hence. It depends. I mean, he might has money to gather. You have but a few weeks. I suspect. Judging by where he was planning to send his minions to gather. But I do know they are on their way there now.
Do you know of one he works with named, I always mess up his name, Rakul?
Radgul.
Red.
Yeah, don't just call him Rad. He's a skater from California. This one named Rad. This Rad dude. Yes, I have heard Mormog mention him, although I don't believe he's attending this meeting. His dwelling is... He travels. Mount Graham is his home base. I do know that.
For the
Radgul.
home base for Radgul.
That's what we
And
needed
what
to
is the captain?
But he journeys
That's
to the
Mormont.
North Downs often.
Does Radgul report to the captain?
No. Radgul is... He follows his own path. He doesn't like to be led, shall we say. There is something darker. Something darker in the north. I feel it. But you cannot tarry long. Some of these plans will be coming to fruition soon. I can help you, but only if you promise. Promise to help set me free.
You know, since she actually might take warrant to this, Bane, in his lordliness, will go. By all his name, and all that I have, I shall try.
The rest of you, do you trust this?
Aerobrand's not sure. If you
Oh,
are truly a
you
lady
help
of
us.
Ema,
So
I
there's
would help.
two talking at once, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, Belaganor has a bit of a delay on his audio in, so you kind of cross paths there. I think you asked, how can you help us? And if you're talking, we can't hear you.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah, okay, I heard that.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it's more delayed today than normal.
It's alright, it's been acting up for all of us, but I have heard what you've asked. She, my promise to you. If you were going to journey to see this gathering of troll kind, trolls have a very keen sense of smell. I can cast a spell to cover your scent, to aid you in being hidden. And should I become free, I make this vow. That for the remainder of your days, I will be a light, point of hope that might aid you in your darkest of times.
Will you be awaiting us at this meeting point? How does your master not know of your whereabouts even now as you speak to us and hide your truths from him?
I do have some limited powers. Powers, whilst whilst I cannot go against his wishes, I can bend the truth. And he knows not of you at this time. He may or may not notice my absence at this point in time. When I left him, he was busy dealing with some of his troll kindred. North from here, quite some time, quite some days for your travel. I can travel quicker. I know how to manipulate him. But I will visit you again. I will keep watch for you on your travel to the north. And I will visit you again when you come close to it. There I will grant you aid. The Broadcleave. You will find it near the beginnings of the Horwell as it leaves the mountains.
We will find this place.
Do not tarry long, or you may miss what unfolds.
Great Maiar, I have one more question for you. Have you any knowledge of the whereabouts of the dwarf Lord Thorin?
I do not know the name. I have been in prison for many long eons. Many lives have come and gone. However, I have heard discussion of dwarves being used for Mormog's plans. And I know the plans involved go beyond Mormog. They are a means to an end for some greater plan.
But you know not the location of any of these dwarves. We have heard of a dwarven collection. And our fellowship seeks them out to rescue and save them. While we would intend on aiding you in gaining your freedom, the lives of the dwarves we seek are of great importance.
I understand.
If you wish us to help you, perhaps then you might be able to help us sooner rather than later and potentially gain some insight on the whereabouts of any of these captured dwarves.
I have been imprisoned for eons. But the lives of some of you are shorter than that. Your plans for your kindred are but a blink of time compared to what I've spent imprisoned, waiting for a few more blinks of time. Eager as I am to escape my bonds. Indeed. Whilst I wait for you to approach the Broadcleave, I will try to learn what I can of the whereabouts of your kindred. And thereupon our next meeting, may I then have more knowledge to give to you. Are we in agreement?
I just give her like a kind of a deep head bow.
Have you any further questions? She looks about to all of you.
If you are
You
truly
said
the Lady of Bhima,
Sorry,
I will
there's.
aid you.
Oh, sorry. I heard that. Bane, what'd you say?
Oh, I was. You can go first. I'll say what I was gonna say.
He'd already gone. He said
Yeah, I'm done.
he will aid.
Oh. Okay. You said there was a way for us to go unseen amongst the trolls, or at least lessen
I could
our
cast
presence.
I could cast a spell, but its duration is not terribly long. A few days, perhaps at most. I see that you are journeying south. You have business which is not my own. I will wait for you near the Broadcleave, and thereupon I will cast the spell to cover your journey.
Very well.
Fare thee well. We shall meet again. She nods her head. And she fades into nothing. And the sun and the moon, not the sun, sorry, the moon and the stars, starts with an S, stars, sun, they're the same, comes back and you feel the light again. And for you elves especially, the starlight lifts your spirits, especially after meeting one of the Maiar, something that none of your kindred have ever done, except for maybe Glorfindel or Elrond. All of you, upon this meeting, can give yourself a point of hope.
Oh.
Not beyond your maximum, though. And let's see, that puts Wanderer up to maximum. Seesaw didn't kill you. And Fulvis gives, he was way below his maximum, but gives him 1 point towards it. And I think there's a good time to end the session as we're right at the time.
Sure.
So let's let me do let's do our fellowship point expenditures. We'll put a report there. Who's down? So you have a total of 7 points. Had you guys already add your hope points that I gave you before I did this?
Yeah,
I did.
I added the one.
Unicorn, had you done so?
Fucking mute. I haven't done mine yet.
Okay, let me cancel. I'll do another report after that. Lampshade, have you done yours? Oh, he can't.
Point you just
Oh, yes,
gave,
you can. Yeah,
gave us.
yeah.
Yeah, I just added it.
Okay. All right. Have you done it, Unicorn? I'll do another moral health report, is what they call it.
My computer's laggy as heck.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Nope, I think I got it.
Okay.
It's just like scrolling and like stuttering as I
Oh my
scroll.
God. Is it
Yeah.
normally like that?
It seems worse today, but it is
Oh.
normally not great.
Oh, great.
That's why I'm always a little behind. I'm not using the computer all that much.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, you're good.
All right, here we go. All right. So you've got a total of 7 points. Fulvus is down 4.
Looks like you can max everybody and give Fulvus 2.
Yeah, and that's what he would want. That's what he's done in the past because he has loads to spend. So yeah, everyone can
Yeah.
max out, and Fulvus will be at 15 out of 17, which is not a bad place to be. No, not
All right.
115. Okay. And now
He's
let
just
me
full
do.
of hope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got 115. Yeah, I've got it. And let me do experience then. All right, let's see. Why is it not working? Well, gonna have to go.
Only thing is, it would have been nice to get to Rivendell to spend these points.
Yeah. Well, looks like that may happen next time. Okay, let me have to do this one at a time because it's giving me troubles. Hold on. Do them one at a time. And Ray, you've got yours. Your brand. Bane. Pelaganar. Did it not work? Oh, no. Because I didn't do it right. There you go.
Trying to label all the places we've been, but Foundry does not like me.
I did it to Pelaganar twice. Hold on. You cannot have double experience. As much as you may want them. You're like, no, that's alright. It's cool. It's alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna.
That's fine. It's completely fine.
Yeah. I think the. So it's 18 points there. Okay. Just so you guys can be thinking about it. Because you will end up, despite whatever troubles might occur, you should very likely end up in Rivendell and do a fellowship phase if you want to look at things. So skill points are only for skills, adventure points are for weapon proficiencies, and valor and wisdom. Any skill you raise, you can only raise at a maximum of 1 point. Same thing goes for weapon proficiencies. And that's true for valor and wisdom. However, you can only pick. You can either raise valor or wisdom, not both.
Okay.
And so, both of which help you with things. Wisdom gives you another cultural virtue, which is really powerful. Valor allows you to choose another reward. So that could be, keen or grievous weapon, or close fit armor, or sort of things. Or if you've got a magic item, it could unlock another ability, if it has any. It's a tough call between that. They don't. So if you wanted to look ahead in the rules, you can log in anytime. I've got the rules up here if you don't already own a copy. They're in the journal under rules and resources.
Cool.
Cool.